Hey, what's going on? Coming at you from Chicago, Illinois. And so basically, I just have a short video, and I'm going to get right into it. So I'm going to start with this article. It's titled, Mental Health Expert Issues Warning to People Turning to AI Therapists, Not a Replacement for Humans. And this article is from, it's slightly old, from April of this year, 2024. And I found this article on Fox Business. It almost sends chills just reading the title of that article. And I want to repeat the title because I think as a non-believer, you might read a title to an article like that and you might just be dismissive of it. It may be comical, it may be whatever, but as a believing Christian, when you read a title article like that, you realize just how lost this world is, just how far, how disconnected we've become with our Creator. So just one more time, mental health expert issues warning to people turning to AI therapists, artificial intelligence therapists, not a replacement for humans. I mean, it almost boggles the mind. This is just like something out of a Hollywood movie, something out of a Twilight Zone episode. It's just unbelievable. And with my last video, I talked about an article, and in that video that I made before this one, and in that article, I talked about a Belgian man who had spent weeks and weeks interacting with a chatbot, which is a computer program, who was named Eliza. And this computer program had convinced him to take his life for the sake of saving humanity. And the tragedies that he actually did end up taking his life. And he ended up leaving a wife and 2 kids behind. And that story and what I'm talking about today, they're a different subject. They're not that similar, but they're similar in the fact that people keep trying to look for a solution outside an intimate, loving relationship with their Creator. And I've said it in multiple videos, there is no substitute. There is no substitute for not having an intimate, loving relationship. And people will look to materialism. People will look to a prescription drug. People will turn to alcohol, a therapist, a counselor, whatever the case. Like almost anything and everything except turning to the one who created them. The one who has true concern and love for them. And I don't know. Some people, I will always believe that people can change, but I don't know. Some of these people, they're just so lost. We need a lot of prayer in this life. So I want to get back to the article that I found, and underneath the title, it's subtitled, Mental Health Counselor Sergio M. touted AI, artificial intelligence, as a potentially useful tool to enhance mental health care, but only as a supplement. For me, I would disagree. I wouldn't use AI as a tool to help people with mental health issues, for people who are they're mentally depressed, they have their depression problems, and they're turning to a computer, a desktop, or a laptop, and interacting with something computer generated to help them with their problems. No, I don't think it's a supplement. I don't see it as a supplement. And then the article, it begins by posing a question. Imagine a chatbot, which is a computer program that lacks the capacity to feel emotions, asking its human patient, how do you feel about that? Article continues, it could soon be a reality for patients seeking mental health care, depending on the path that they choose. For some, perhaps it already is. And normally in these videos that I create, I tend to go a little bit more in depth in the article, but this whole subject, it just, I don't know, it just leaves an uneasy feeling. It almost, talking to a computer program about your mental health issues, it almost seems demonic. And if some people might interpret me saying that as like I'm pushing it too far, but it's demonic in the sense that it's, again, trying to find that substitute for not working towards an intimate, loving relationship with your Creator. And this is what the enemy of our soul does. This is what his demons do. They constantly try to detract and deter and, try to get us to look this way, to look that way, anything and everything except turning to our Creator for help to our problems and the difficulties and the struggles that we face in this life. So that was that article that I had found. I'm going to read really quickly from the Bible. This is a one-year Bible. You can read this every specific date. And as I'm filming this video, it's June 14th. And I'm just going to read a small section. This is from Psalm 15 through 18. And it says, I will bless this city and make it prosperous. It's referring to Jerusalem. I will satisfy its poor with food. I will clothe its priests with godliness. Its faithful servants will sing for joy. Here I will increase the power of David. My anointed one will be a light for my people. I will clothe his enemies with shame, but he will be a glorious king. And then I'm just going to read one more thing. This is from this book, As It Was in the Days of Noah, written by Jeff Kinley. And I'm going to read from the first chapter 1 of this book. Title of that chapter is The Days of Noah. And this is right at the very end of the first chapter. And it says, theirs was not a pleasant world in which to live. And the book author, he's referring to what life was like in the days of Noah. Continuing, evil was king. People hated one another. And the whole planet hated its creator. It was Mardi Gras on steroids. Every day was a riotous, rebellious rejection of the one who made them. Insanity and lawlessness reigned. Human rights didn't exist, only human wrongs. In the absence of righteousness, sensuality, violence, and demonic activity filled the void. The image bearers Yahweh made had transformed themselves into a global mass of moral chaos and wickedness. God's magnificent creation of man had become a story gone horribly wrong. This, then, is the strength, scope, and potential reality of life without God. So, what do I take away from all this information? I just, getting back to what I just finished reading, where it says, in the absence of righteousness, sensuality, violence, and demonic activity fill the void. And I've mentioned this in a lot of my other previous videos. People, society are constantly trying to fill a void, a sense of emptiness. And again, it could be materialism, it can be drugs, it can be alcohol, it can be a prescription drug, it can be seeking a therapist, a counselor, a this, a that. And they're trying to fill that void, but they cannot fill it. I've said it so many times, there is no substitute for working towards an intimate, loving relationship with our Creator. It is non-existent, and this is why we have so many problems. I mean, it's just like, it's getting to the point where we're just living in a twilight zone, that people are speaking to a computer program to help them with their mental health issues, for if they have the depression problems. It's just a very lost world, and this is why we need to take our relationship with our Creator seriously. Why we have to continue to work on that relationship, because the enemy of our soul and his demons, they're constantly trying to weigh us down, constantly trying to put distractions and divert us away from our Creator, and in due process lost people will try to find that substitute, which it can never replace that relationship with our Creator. So if you are a believer, you're watching this video, please just continue to stay strong, continue to work on your relationship with your Creator, and don't let this world, don't let the enemy of your soul fool you into thinking that there's a substitute for that special relationship with your Creator, because it's just nothing but lies and manipulations and just deterrences to prevent people to making it to heaven with their Creator. And that was basically all I have for you guys today, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.